Alright, Mill Run Restoration Project. Today is February 19th, Tuesday. I'll walk this. Here's the beginning. A little sloughing, you can see a crack line, but not too bad. Looks like it's intact here at the beginning with the geolift. I'm just going to count these trees. Let's see how they're doing here. You can see the crack line here where it sloughs some, but that's probably due to compaction issues. But it doesn't look like it's failed below. Looks like it's still intact. Doing alright. See where the water is getting in the bank and spreading out here. It's flooding to create this overflow channel over here on the right. And then this stretch doesn't have any restoration in it. We're going to follow the path of the water. Get to the point where the shelf was dug out. Makes you wonder, you can see where gravel's deposited here. Almost like this could have been shelved out some too. Here's where a lot of the plantings are going down on the shelf. It's washed out, looks like it needs to be seeded here. So we're going to seed big straw. The cuttings seem to be intact. Plants. Count these. This little channel, the water's flow could probably use some sort of fabric to stabilize this slope. Instead of using riprap, could have went with a turf reinforcement to have a grass line system here. Again, more grass seeds needed. Get some ground cover. Where the fabric is, it's well established. It might be a good idea to put in some straw mat down through here to help get the grass established. Get a little behind there. Water coming, cutting back in behind this mat a little bit through here, but no major damage. Tell if that toe's doing alright. Looks like it. Maybe a little failure underneath there. No major. Go up the slope. Again. Maybe put some straw mat down or something and reseed through this zone. Looks like still a lot of plants here. You can see where the flow came up over the roots of these trees. Get a little erosion in here, but nothing major. Could do with some ground cover or vegetation here as well. See where the sediment deposited. Right up on this shelf. And that bar got a little more accumulation. And the plant pushed over some, but probably can be saved. This red maple's doing alright. There's some accumulation of debris along this shoreline. Expected where the energy drops out. See where the water came over through here. Again, some fabric and some seed would be good. See where the moss came up. Storm had some power. Overflows back in. These areas where it's pooling water, I don't know if you're going to get grass in those. It should have been graded out to drain these areas along the edge, unless you're going to plant some water-loving plants here. Again, need to get some grass established here. Some fabric and more seed would be good. Here's the zone where we start into the cedar tree. See the gap between the newer project with the log vein here tying in. There should have been overlap of the fabric on top of this fabric. And so they left this gap here, and there's erosion happening between. There probably should be a patch put in at that spot. That could be a future failure point. So where the log vein restoration comes into the cedar tree revetment. Now the cedar tree revetment looks like it's doing quite well. All the plants from which were about 6 months ahead of the rest you can see that they're growing up quite well. And here again, the transition at the end of the older restoration point to the newer, there's no overlap. There should be an overlapping fabric here, and there's failure starting to occur at that point. And we got ponded areas, so that could have been dealt with through grading to eliminate this area here. Because now what you plant that with, either you do go with a water-loving plants, which might be kind of neat, get little bushy sized grasses or something, clumps in here would be alright. Here on this grade, there's nothing on this toe. It's holding up alright, but you see there's some erosion occurring. This may accelerate. So this toe down through here, just below the fabric, is a potential continuing failure point, even under the fabric. So something to either some willow fascines would probably be a good idea down through this stretch to help keep this toe stable. Good amount of trees. I don't know if these were laid up, but they look like they're doing okay. Sorry for the sudden turn, but you can see. And here again, the toe's okay, but you see some failure starting to occur. On that edge. Probably want to willow fascines down through this whole section would probably be a good idea, especially where this bend is. See how there's a little bit of curve forming there? Right around to that, to where you see tie into the other toe vegetation would be good. Some plants in here still. Bushes. I don't know if they like the standing water or not. Maybe they do. So, go around this tree here. You can see a little bit of a failure here. Not major, pretty minor. Maybe that was part of the when the rock was established. There we go. Fabric's kind of just a little added protection there, draped over the roots. Plant over there, I don't know if that was part